Hopefully it'll go well. I have so many mixed feelings about this game, but I'll talk about that after we finish the story, huh? 8 escape attempts, and I think I've only succeeded, what, once, twice on this save file? Not great. At least not compared to my other one, but then again, my other one was 22 escape attempts and 10 successful out of those. Which sounds ridiculous in hindsight. Where was I last time? Yeah, I have a lot of mixed feelings about this game, if I'm being completely honest. I think I'd already talked to everyone. I think I make a habit of talking to everyone before I sign off, so... I do have the fists equipped, and it looks like they're the ones that grant bonus darkness, so... Good, nothing on the pact. Let's go.
Again. Just what I wanted.
Hi, Dionysus.
That you took care of Theseus down in Elysium of late there, Zach. Nice work. Never liked that one. Between us. There's this nice lass helped him out one time, and he just dumped her rotten. I don't like that, man.
Theseus. Oh. Yeah. I don't think anybody actually likes Theseus. That's pretty good. That's a good start. What's the special? Oh, it's just the uppercut, right.
Whoops. Come on, you. Got them.
Oh, hammer. Nice. Easy. Attack has more range and deals extra damage. Dash strike pierces foes and deals extra damage to armor. Ooh. Dash strike. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna take that.
That'll do.
Being able to break armor would be really, really handy, just in general. Especially on the fists, because they don't have a lot of damage to them. Obviously, I want a boon next. I rest my case about the armor piercing. Good lord. Wow, that was really good to get early on.
Why, if my eyes do not deceive me through those murky depths, you brandish Malphon. Let me tell you, little Hades, those old gloves have done some dirty work before your time.
Dash damages. Oh, hold on. There's a call. I want call. Always, always take that.
Ringers. Just getting started.
Lord. I'm off to a good start with this run. See if I can keep this kind of pace. Chaos Gate. I'm legally obligated to take that.
Delicious.
Extra 100 damage on the impact. That one. Just kind of an arbitrary pick, I'll admit.
Let me have it.
Wait, was there a fish in this room?
It is as though it had ingested something that did not stick around. Perhaps the earth itself wishes to spit you up and out.
There's a fish in this room. I've never seen a fish here. What the fuck? Attack deals extra damage. Dash strike deals extra damage. I can work with that. Give me something weird. That's pretty weird.
For jelly.
Specimen procured.
Alright. Eeny, meeny, miny, this one. Oh, heck yeah. Okay, so where's the mini-boss?
Old Hades has continued to ignore my every effort to reach out to him, young man. Oh well, but he is obstinate indeed. You are wise to seek your family's better half.
I am. Can you point me to them, please? After I take damage, my foe is struck by... I guess so, yeah. It's not like I'm going to be going without damage here, right? Somewhere along the line, I'm going to take some damage.
Ahoy!
Oh.
Hello, sir.
Hey, Prince, how goes the old escape plan? Any luck?
You know, it's been alright, all things considered. Dying now and then, and it's been hard, but hey, what can you do?
Ah, well, keep your chin up. Me, well, I quit trying to get out of here a while back. But if I was a fire-stepping youngster like yourself, perhaps I would have stuck to it.
You know, one thing I will say, it's very interesting to me that they play up all these elements of, like, the Greek mythology we're familiar with having long since come and gone. Sisyphus here saying he quit trying to get out of here a while back. And they never really do anything to follow up on that. Like, they talk about a war happening above ground. They talk about Sisyphus giving up on trying to get out. They have a few weapons that are based on, I won't spoil too much, but gods from other religions. It feels almost like the implication is that the days of Greek mythology have come and long since gone, and now the gods are just kind of here. But they don't follow up on that at all. They don't lead to anything with that. Which has me wondering if maybe I'm just reading too far into it.
A fine selection there.
Thank you, mate.
Oh well.
Until next time, all right?
That's what you get.
Don't know what's behind that door. Let's find out.
My boon from Master Chaos has evolved.
Oh, nice.
All set.
Easy. Don't think I need that. To the shop. See if they have anything good here. Kinda, sorta. I do need to start working on health, so... Much though I'd like a boon from Artemis, health does take precedence. I can't help it. I like scaring those guys a little bit. I'm mean.
Hello, Tiffany. How about no? No murder. No murder. Lights out.
Hey, Starry. Oh, wow. That was slick. If the fists are gonna start me off this well,
Blood.
there's gotta be a catch, right? The way I've noticed my luck tends to work, there's no way I can just keep going this smoothly for the entire run.
Next stop, Asphodel. Let's go up. Done.
In hindsight, I think getting the dash strike would have benefited me a little more than the attack, but whatever.
Warmer.
Oh, hey, extra health. Why not?
Burn flingers.
Easy.
Better.
Easy room. Easy room, easy game.
Easy does it.
Easy does it. Zagreus is listening to me, I guess. Artemis boon is mighty tempting. Oh, Hermes boon is also tempting. Artemis. I love frigging, I already forgot the name. Embarrassing. Hermes. I love Hermes boons. I'm all about mobility, but Artemis just does great damage.
You're gone.
Simple enough.
Say, were you hunting vermin near the surface lately, Zagreus? That's practically just like the real thing. It must have been a thrill.
I mean, I guess. Cast seeks foes. Nah. Dash strike deals more damage. I was just mentioning that. Special is stronger. 20% chance to crit. Okay. I never use the special in these things, so... you. Oh, this room is not great.
Hit me if you can, witches.
Well, no, it's fine. Yeah, that was fine.
One had a lovely time.
Zag, your uncle's passing through. Not Dad, the other one, I mean. And he just wanted to check in, see how you're doing, so...
Oh.
My little nephew.
Wait, am I getting a duo boon already?
What? You want a real feast, though? You just stick with me. I'll take my blessing. Go.
Oh, anyway, we're here, man, waiting up for you. We know you're gonna make it, I would say, eventually.
Thanks for the vote of confidence. Any boons I find are more potent. Cast produces festive fog. Hangover makes... Yeah, you know what? Sure.
Thanks, family.
Minimum boon rarity epic. Okay, I wasn't really paying attention to that, but minimum epic is really, really good. Or at least it sounds really, really good. Oh.
Here's something.
Okay.
You're back. I thought you made it out. No matter.
All of you. Excluding me, I hope. Thank the
This
fates.
will go on the record.
That you finally got over there, cuz. Big congratulations to you for that. Congrats. The secret's safe with me, of course. The others here, they think you're still at it. Though, I guess you are.
Those are both pretty good, but this one has a chance to proc on any damage. Let's go for that.
Moving right along.
I wish I had something for you aside from conversation.
Help here, Thanatos.
It wasn't being offered. Just happened to be in the area is all. Carry on, Zagreus.
Sorry, I don't have any nectar for you, man.
Where now?
Keys. Why not? That just lays waste to shielded enemies or armored enemies, huh? I mean, I guess I shouldn't be surprised. That was kind of the point, but I wasn't expecting it to work quite this well. Of course, I still got to be careful. I'm not really doing that. Hey, Robin. Good to see you. Oh. So it's boss next then, huh? Oh, there's a fish. Hold on, where's the fish? There's the fish.
It's you or me, fishies. Right there.
Hmm.
Got a Slavog.
Slavog. That's a cute name.
Another new look for you, I
Okay.
see, Bone Hydra.
Green. Oh, this one's gonna summon a lot of ads. Got it. Excessive? Probably. Nope. No more summons for you. We're done.
Heads down. Beautiful.
Just an unceremonious end for that boss, huh? Oh well. Zone 3, here we go. Almost. There. What weapon am I? Oh, right, I took Shattered Shackle and then did nothing with it. I guess that would explain why I started off so strong, actually. I feel like I should probably switch to something else. Attack, special, and cast while not empowered by a boon. And let's see here. Attack is definitely empowered by a boon. Okay, well, my cast and my special are still extra damage.
To the top.
I guess we'll see how things go. Worst case scenario, I don't get any mileage out of this power-up, but whatever, right? I'm doing well enough.
Everything's so green.
Oh, it's the kiddies' room. Oh, another chaos room. I habitually jump into every chaos room I go into, but I feel like doing that in this zone would be a really bad idea. I'm having a good run. Well, let's do it.
Going in. I'm back here.
The fathomless expanses hidden in darkest corners of the underworld stretch well past the notice of Lord Hades himself. And yet, the interfering prince somehow discovers passage there.
Wasn't all that hard to find, really. In the name of Hades. Hey.
Take extra damage, but more coin. Dash has less range, but cast deals more damage. Chamber reward previews are hidden, but gains 69 max life. Yeah. Sure, why not? It is the funny number. 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
More flame wheels.
Probably not my brightest moment there.
Sweet.
Let's go to the right. Oh, all right.
You mean to fight with me barehanded this time, short one? I'm not ashamed to say the champion himself defeated me in such a manner back when we drew breath.
Wouldn't say the twin fists of Malphon count as empty-handed, sir, though it surprises me to hear you could be beaten in such a way.
I was hungry and unprepared, inexperienced. No longer. Come.
That was easier than I was expecting.
Challenger. Most welcome here. Until we meet again.
Thank you for giving me my casts back before you left. Not that you really needed to, but it's appreciated.
Olympus, I accept this message.
Hey, Zeus. What do we got? God gauge charges up faster. Ooh. Lightning effects make foes jolted. I like the sound of that.
The power of the gods.
18%, 350, or... That one.
The curse of chaos has been lifted.
I've already forgotten what that one even does. Oh, okay.
Place is crawling with these. Weak.
I get a little too reckless with the fists, I think. Attack inflicts hangover. Oh, that's a lot more damage. Yes. Why not, right? Yeah, why not? I think I have enough health at this point. Key, darkness. Let's go for the key. I feel like I should have taken the darkness, but oh well. I'm getting good at that. Ooh. You're gonna tempt me like that? Come on. Of course I'm gonna take it. You might give me something good for defense.
It was a good decision, man.
Ooh. Oh, that's pretty good. Go for that. Now Zeus is mad.
Man, I don't know why you would do this to me, though I trust you're going to think twice next time.
We'll see.
He'll get over it. I angered him, I guess.
Oh shoot, that's right. Not bad.
That is quite enough. That's quite enough, I say. You're still alive, aren't you?
Cast is a bolt of... Okay, that's pretty good. I'd want both of these. Can't have both of these. There.
Shocking.
I'm worried this is going to be a hammer pick that leads directly into a boss room and I'm not going to have time to heal. What the heck, I've got 3 lives. And I was right.
It's just the edge I need.
Whenever my special drains foes. Dang it. 3-hit sequence, each deals 40 base damage. Yeah.
Tuned up.
Okay, so I hit harder but slower. That's actually really, really bad. Because if I'm only hitting 3 times as opposed to the initial 5, then I'm not applying full hangover every time I finish my combo.
Gentlemen.
Well, Hellspawn, you stained my honor last we battled here. But as you plainly see, I have returned, as has Asterius. And we've no shortage of honor left to spare.
Theseus, I hate you. Just, like, generally speaking.
Elysium, now that I've beaten you? Isn't there someone else around to challenge me? Say, Heracles? Someone less chatty?
Ah, very clever, fiend. Invoking Heracles' name in an attempt to drive me to a jealous rage. It shall not work, but you shall dearly pay nevertheless.
Uh-huh.
I swear I'll get you yet. Fiend, who taught you such sneaky technique?
Okay. 2 lives left. That's fine.
You and me now.
Ares, huh? I don't remember what Ares does. How about now? Are you ready to admit defeat now, buddy? Stay down.
Try not to shut him up. Very nice.
And of course, the most important part.
Hello, supportive shade.
We love the shade. Oh, you know what? That reminds me. Almost forgot. I need to put this up every time I'm playing this particular game. There we go. Anyway.
Nothing good awaits beyond my realm.
You don't know that.
I'm sure I'll find something.
I do definitely have a friend, and I appreciate the friend.
Check. Watch out, Ben.
Save money. Always want to save money here.
Which tunnel?
That one's all shiny. May as well. I don't know if it being all shiny is actually indicative of anything, but I like to assume it is. I really hate how slow this weapon feels now, can I just say. Oh, I missed a money pot. It might be because it's just a mini-boss store, yeah, but I like to imagine it means that the boon I get from it is extra special.
Another one of those gigantic satyrs. Good.
That wasn't so bad.
In the name of Hades.
What do you got?
Switch to a different boon.
Ooh. %50 health if I go below that. That's pretty good. Both of these are pretty good, but yeah. Just in case.
Down the chute.
Won't help me with the end boss, but you know.
Find something for Cerberus.
Health next, I think.
Need a cure. Phew.
They really do feel excruciatingly slow now. I might need to take that anvil for once.
Hey, you say to sack already.
Sure.
A
Yes.
special treat for Cerberus.
And yes.
Okay, I'm good.
Really gotta wonder what's in those things. You know what? Let's chance it.
Hit me, Daedalus.
Oh, yes. We lost specifically that one. In exchange, we gained, what was it? Colossus Knuckle, which makes me sturdy, so I'm taking less damage while I attack. Explosive Upper deals... Yeah, there we go. That's more like it. That's what I'm talking about.
What's on offer?
Nothing. That rat does be wiggling.
Easy. A gift.
Not bad. Anything else in this room? Nope.
Could check the
Oh,
other
fish.
passageways before I go. There.
A scuffer.
Scuffer.
Hooray. I think. I wouldn't quantify any fish as bad. Best quality, his wiggles.
More vermin.
Come on. Okay, where's the thing? Where's the thing? This is a lot more enemies than I'd like to be putting up with. Oh my, really? Was a lot of health I just lost.
All right.
That one.
Want something to eat, boy? Huh?
Let's see. Might be better to go for those two. Normally it's a good idea to take the expensive one, but since their boons are guaranteed to be epic at a minimum, I think these two would be the better value.
Should come in useful.
Well, I don't have a fountain to make use of that with, huh? As for this one... Oh, wow. There. So now I have a very call-dependent build, but it pays dividends. Fortunately, it does not. Billowing. Strength. Okay. Yeah, I can see how that slip-up might occur. Or misread? Misread, not slip-up. What the heck took care of the ones up here? Oh well.
Good enough to eat.
70 damage or 24%. Yeah. I need to be on defense because I still, like, I'm down a life. Not a big fan of that.
One satyr coming right up.
Alright, and that clears out the rest of the tunnels, so let's get a move on.
Fang-bearing Cerberus directs all three of his attentions toward the satyr sack.
Cerberus distracted. Now is your chance.
I can do this. You're not going to stop me.
There was a time when Cerberus would never have permitted any soul to exit through that gateway there behind you.
Yeah, well then someone introduced Cerberus to the idea of being adored. Clearly does not have you to thank for that.
Oh, that can't possibly be true. What about Orpheus, Theseus, Heracles, Odysseus? Countless tales of brave men delving into the underworld, then leaving whence they came.
They left on my authority alone, nor did they take for granted my good graces. You believe you are entitled simply to walk out of here from your birthright and your responsibilities. But I am here to tell you no.
When aren't you? Yeah, he always starts out with that. Coward. Really? This is what you throw at me? Oh, this is more like it. I do not do nearly enough damage with these darn fists, which, on the one hand, I feel like I ought to blame myself for that.
Now that we had our little warm-up, it is time that we began in earnest.
Sounds good to me.
Blast you. Behold. You wish to anger me? You brought this on yourself.
Can't do that. We're not finished.
Death is inescapable.
We're stuck.
Easy.
Vanquished again by my own fool kin. Blast you.
Alright. So... decent run. That makes 4 clears all told. Once again, I'm going to give a
This can unlock a hidden aspect of my weapons.
brief warning for spoilers. I'm going to give 30 seconds of dead silence for everyone that doesn't want to be spoiled on, you know, what happens after the end boss to be... okay. 30 seconds of silence for everyone that wants to have the ending of this game sort of, kind of, preserved, go ahead and clear out and come back in 5 minutes. Oh yeah, that would actually help. I mean, how much would that... Would that help? Because, like, can folks hear a chat notification? I don't feel like they can. Whatever. 30 seconds, and then 5 minutes from now, come back if you are trying to avoid spoilers. Starting now. "30 seconds are up. Let's go." Morally obligated to do this every time I'm here.
It's...
It's a beautiful view. It really is. Exactly, Starry. Oh, fish. Fish, fish. Hey, nice normal fish.
My son.
Mother?
So good to see you again, Zagreus. Since last you left, I couldn't help but think the worst about what happened after I had left. Or soon before. You mentioned Nyx. You don't suppose that she and Hades wanted me out of the way?
I just don't think that can be. Though let me ask you, how long did you know Father? And Nyx for that matter. Did they seem trustworthy?
Yes. I knew them long enough to have decided yes, that they were trustworthy. As much as anyone I've ever met. But I also know never to be trusted into a fault. I have to consider the possibility I was deceived.
Especially since neither of them is being forthcoming with me even now, right? And yet, I have this feeling something else is going on, Mother. The way that Father speaks of you, the way Nyx speaks of you, I think they care for you.
Well, they have a funny way of showing it, I think. Your father, so... you have to get through him each time you visit me?
I do. Mother, what if Father thinks that he's protecting you? Have you considered that?
And it was this exact moment, this exact piece of dialogue, when I realized the story was not going to go in the direction I thought it was.
Protecting me? Why, Zagreus, what do you mean by that? As you can see, I can fend for myself.
Well, you're from Olympus, aren't you? But the gods, none of them seem to know you're here, so...
What? How would you know something like that? Zagreus? Ah, curse the fates. You're leaving me again.
I won't be long.
See, I don't want to cause too much of a ruckus, but Starry, I'm going to have to disagree with you there, because the story I thought they were setting up was going to be much more interesting than what we got, and also a lot more heartwarming. Oh, hey, you two.
Hypnos, really, that is the worst idea I think I've ever heard. Do you understand how little sense that makes?
I'm just saying, maybe if you just, I don't know, had all the mortals die at the same time, it'd save you a bunch of trips, and we'd have more time to spend together, huh?
I don't know why I bother with you, honestly. Get back to work, and let me do the same.
Oh.
Everything is as it always was.
How did it go, lad? You've been gone a while. For good reason, I hope.
found her again, sir, and we were able to talk some more. But I have so many questions left for her, and Father's certainly not been of any help.
Well, first of all, good work. I knew you had it in you. Secondly, you know what you have to do. Go find her, for as many chances as it takes. It's not just her you've sought. It's the answers to those questions that you have.
Yes, I will.
Hope nobody can hear me drinking water when I do it. Or at least it's not loud enough to be a disturbance. Okay, good.
Must be asleep somewhere. Quite a mess you've created, I must say, Father. After being of no help whatsoever when it comes to disentangling it all. Though this isn't the place to talk, right?
You're probably right. I turned down a lot of the in-game audio so my voice would come through a little easier. I should turn it up, though, because it is a bit quiet for me now.
No, it most certainly is not.
Yes, it is.
Though I take it shall not be long before another of our private meetings then.
Count on that.
Yeah, you know what? Let me turn the in-game audio up a bit. See how that sounds.
Anything I can do to help you find your muse, mate?
I fear my muse is long since lost to me, my friend. Though truly, thanks for asking. I suppose she must be out there somewhere still, since I once traveled across this land in search of her, and found her then. But that was quite a while back.
Okay, good.
Wait, you found her? What happened?
Well, this was back when I was still alive, you understand. Your father, why, he doesn't care for anyone to leave this realm, and basically now I'm stuck here as well. Not seen her since, and I'm not much for travel anymore.
I'm sorry to hear that. Thank you for letting me know. Hope you get to see her again someday.
I appreciate the sentiment, my friend. Though please don't worry about her or me. I mean, we're dead. We're fine.
If you're sure. Frankly, I don't know that "we're dead" and "we're fine" should go together in the same sentence. You know what? Yeah.
Approved. Wouldn't mind an extra helping of gemstones while I'm ransacking out there.
You wish to mine my realm for gemstones, be my guest.
Thank you, I will.
A word.
Banana.
How is she, child? Queen Persephone, I mean. Has she been well up there in her abode? What is it like?
She's doing well, I think. It's nice to visit her. Her residence is beautiful, a little home nestled amid the cold. All of these plants in bloom, it's difficult even to describe. And very bright as well.
But see, I did say banana is the thing.
That sounds quite pleasant for someone who values brightness, I suppose. Well then, I trust your visits are worthwhile for the both of you.
I really like Nyx's hair, also. Can I just say, the neat, like, star pattern effect in it? That's cool.
They are.
I love the character design in this game.
Your Highness!
Oh, and speaking of characters, for you.
Oh my. Your Highness, are you really sure you want me to have this?
I really am, Dusa. I hope you enjoy it.
Dusa is a treasure.
I hope you're having a nice stay. Even though you don't want to live here anymore, Your Highness.
Nah.
And there she goes again.
Come back. She's adorable.
Yushe's doing all right. House contractor, you did it.
House Contractor is the MVP this time around. Strange.
Got anything good?
5 keys for a nectar bottle. 1... Ooh. Yeah, that's too good to pass up.
Could use some darkness. Cooking's one way to pass the time. Here's the latest catch, chef.
Very
Until
nice.
next time.
I don't know how well I can even do a Xehanort impression with my mouth being as off balance as it is. No, you know what? I don't think I can do a Xehanort impression. I was going to try, but I don't actually even know any Xehanort lines, really, aside from Keyblade, but, like, that's not much of a line. That's just him saying Keyblade. Yeah, that's true. I need to do the hand thing. Why does he do that? Let's just cap that. There we go. Let's keep saving for now. I do have 8 keys. Why not, right?
Let's try it. Hexagriff, the rail of adamant. Annihilate all who oppose me. Have to rearm.
For his neutral special, he wields a gun.
Hey, you're getting pretty strong there, pal. Though I am being paid to tell you that. But not being paid to not tell you that last part.
I have to ask you something, mate. What do you even need the pay for, anyway?
That, pal, is nobody's business but my own. Besides, it's impolite discussing money all the time. Now back to beating me to powder.
My shield.
Miss me, boy, out. Yeah, keep going. Never felt so alive.
I did fulfill a prophecy by buying that, so let's go ahead and get whatever the reward for that is.
Nice to have my ancient legendary weapons there.
Not bad. Not spectacular, but actually, let's see what I can spend my gemstones on, right? Oh. What are you guys talking about?
What do these shades have to say for themselves?
Thirst. This one was thirsty. You get it? Cause of death, dehydration. Greater earns of wealth. Yes.
Work is approved upon my father's name. Not like he's paying any heed.
You are distracting me.
What's up? Move my shade icon? Wearing the helmet. Oh. Like that? It's good. I'm actually just gonna save that to my stream jokes folder. Or stream stuff as it's now called. Message icon, what do you mean? I don't remember where this was supposed to be. Oh, nope, nope. There we go. Nothing's particularly speaking to me. Oh, you know what? On second thought?
Well, I don't see why not. These decorative laurels ought to give us an appreciable touch of dignity, no doubt.
Yeah, that's a good color.
Your earnings on that.
Shut up. Shut up. I'm allowed to spend my money how I want.
And next.
Plus, the blue looks nice. I don't tell you how to live your life, Hades. You don't tell me how to live mine. Okay, so I've never actually, looks like, beaten a run with this shield. I guess I may as well take it easy then.
Something here, man. It's been a bit of a long haul, but you are getting closer to the surface, and you'll get there someday, and we're with you, however long it takes, okay?
Let's see. Attack, special, and cast deal bonus damage when not empowered. Okay. Now I kind of want to do a stupid run where I see how long I can take advantage of Shattered Shackle. I guess let's see how long I can do that, right?
More brimstones.
I wasn't very kind to her, I think. Certainly not once her father passed. It was her mortal blood that made her weak. Born to mortals, taken by mortals, I suspect. So now they pay.
Okay.
That's one more. Which path?
Nice.
Use the fountain to get out of here.
Nice.
To my health, although I'm full.
You know, I didn't actually know they had dialogue for if you're full and you use one of the fountains here. That's a neat touch. This one. Why not? Huh.
In the name of Hades.
I actually like how much damage I'm doing here. Does that count as a boon, is what I'm wondering. And you know, I don't think I'll risk it. Absolutely love the hammer, but I want to do a stupid run. Just the stupidest run possible. works just fine for me. Let's get some darkness while we're at it.
No need to be in such a hurry, boy. All right, break it up.
That was pretty slick.
Mine.
More darkness this way.
Look who.
Hey, sir.
Prince, you've been gone for quite a while. Why, I heard tell you made it all the way outside. And I believed it for a while there. Yet here you are. What happened, might I ask?
I made it out of here indeed, sir. I always said that I was leaving, but turns out there was good reason for me to come back. Not the least of which is visiting my friends from time to time.
Well, I am certainly delighted to hear that, so long as you achieved what you set out to do. But what brings you back again this way? More than a social visit, I presume?
You're right. I'm back because I'm leaving once again. Something I have to do if I get up there. Though I should be back before long either way, I guess.
Going to try and make it out of here again and again, is it? Well, they say repetition is the key to mastery, Prince said. Now here, I'll send you on your way. Makes sense to me.
Thank you, mate.
Farewell, Linus.
What do we have here?
Yeah.
More witches?
Welcome back, Starry. Yeah, welcome back, Starry. I make it such a habit of going and getting boons from Chaos. I really want to just do a stupid run here. I just want to know how good this Shackle is.
Got a feeling it's to Symphony this time. Oh well.
I have to level with you, Zagreus. For all we've been through, never once have I wanted you to meet my sisters.
Can't imagine why not. We had a lovely time getting to know each other. We laughed, we cried. My only regret was that you couldn't be there yourself.
You don't know what you're saying. There's a reason that they're not permitted in the house. Oh, come on. One of us is going back there now. Taste of this.
Huh. I was expecting that to go a lot worse. Apparently.
Okay. Next floor. The Asphodel Meadows.
You. Definitely, definitely you.
And sisters all the time.
I love how quickly Hermes speaks. I really do. Chance to dodge automatically. Yes, please.
That's the stuff.
Oh, fish. Where's the fish? Not over there. There it is.
You're mine.
Another Slavug. Jinx, you owe me a soda. Not that I don't like the sound of that, but if I'm trying to go for as few boons that mess with attack, special, and cast as possible, I should probably avoid that. Could get me strong drink. Unless that counts. I only just noticed this friend right here that's kind of clawing at the floor. Wish I could help them. I'm feeling stupid. Let's chance it.
Gods want me to pick a favorite.
Easy. Yeah, sure, after party, let's go.
I am accustomed to such disrespect from all those blasted mortals, Zagreus. But you...
Yes.
Sorry, Demeter. Here comes her wrath.
Okay, just keep an eye out. I don't remember exactly what she does, I just remember disliking it. But in a room this big, my gut is telling me I shouldn't have too much trouble. Yeah. Yeah, okay, I remember now. I shouldn't be sleeping on the cast. The cast is really, really good.
So you survived a little winter's chill, didn't you there? Be careful, though. Next season could be worse.
Attack is stronger, no. Cast drops, no.
Right?
Ravenous Will it is.
That beats the heat.
Extra darkness. Why not? Why not?
Stop him, Riches, now. I shall deal with you later then.
Well, that's better. Thank you, Father.
I'm still worried that the hammer messes with the shackle. So I guess I'm just gonna go to Hades' room. Not Hades, Ares. See, this room is fine with this shield. So I can just do this. Just embarrassing.
Farewell, ladies.
Greatest wars require great alliances, my kin. And so I shall entrust to you some of the greatest methods of destruction I've devised thus far.
Sure. Attack inflicts doom. Attack or special deals more damage. Death Defiance deals more damage than... Okay, yeah. That one. I have to make a lot of sacrifices on my usual boons just to ensure that I keep the shackle going, huh? This is actually interesting, I've got to say. Shackle runs are interesting. Who'd have thought?
Thanatos.
No, I do actually mean that. Hi, Thanatos. Good to see you.
Thought I might find you all the way out here. Although, quite frankly, I'm surprised you're still alive.
Right?
I can hold my own in case you haven't noticed then.
I haven't, Zag. Now stand back and let me show you how it's done. I'll handle this.
Got it under control, thanks. Dust.
The downside is I don't really do as much damage to these guys as I'd like. So he's taking some wins from me. Oh well.
And that's the end of that.
It is. Oh, yeah, while I'm here.
It isn't much then, but I got you something.
Want me to take that off your hands? Fine. But you are taking this from me. And if anybody asks, we're even. Or scratch that. Don't tell anyone about this. Understand?
Thank you, Thad.
That pierced butterfly, I never... Okay. If I had my way, and every single item that I had was upgraded to 3 stars, I would pick the butterfly every single time just for how ridiculously good it is for me.
You seemed a little winded there, no? Not even close to the surface yet, either.
Thanks for the vote of confidence there, Than.
You're very welcome.
It increases the damage you do from, like, all sources by, like, I think it's 2.5% for every room you clear without taking damage. Oh. It is. It's really, really good. The not taking any damage part is, of course, the tricky part, but I'm pretty good at that. Not gonna lie.
Eurydice.
Hey, you.
From within a humble residence in Asphodel reverberates the golden-sounding voice of Lorn Eurydice, who once attempted to escape the underworld and failed utterly, much like Prince Zagreus.
You watch yourself, old man.
Say, tell me something there, Your Royal Majesty. You know a lot of shades. You wouldn't happen to know an Orpheus, would you? Spindly little thing, whiny voice. Heard he's officially serving in your court, making music.
Spindly little thing.
Of course I know Orpheus. We're mates. Wait, why do you ask?
You're mates, huh? Just as long as you don't count on him for anything. Hasn't even mentioned me, has he? Well, if he ever does, you tell him I am doing great. I'm great.
Spoiler alert, she's not great. Refreshing Nectar would be a pretty good supplement in case I find any boons that don't augment attack, special, or cast. 2 random boons upgraded to the next rarity. Do I need that? I don't feel like I need that. This could be handy, though.
Good choice.
So good.
That's my only actual boon, huh? Yeah, that's my only actual boon that has levels. Well,
See you.
that's egg on my face. Get that.
Use this. You
Talk
must
to
have a
you.
lot of stops around these parts, don't you, Charon, mate? Most of the dead are here in Asphodel, correct? I'll just have a look around.
Okay, I'm begging you. Give me something good.
I bet that Charon has to be the life of every feast you have down there with such a personality. Am I not right about that, man?
Yeah, that Charon. We all know and love him as a regular party person. Cast no. Call? Yes. Sure. It's really not a good call. But beggars can't be choosers.
You touch me, and I shall have your head.
He's trying very hard to be intimidating. I am amazed the Shackle has carried me nearly this far.
That's mine.
I should not be doing this well. Except, you know, that's kind of the point of the Shackle, is a 75% damage increase to everything that I have, at least...
We'll have you back here soon enough, I think.
Yeah. All my fundamentals deal extra damage, as long as I don't have them buffed by anything.
Closer.
So that's the tricky part, isn't it? I'm exchanging any potential buffs or interesting bonus effects for just raw damage.
Another day or night in paradise.
I need to... You know what? I'm going to check and see if the hammer... if I can even remember what it's called. Are hammer upgrades compatible with the Shackle? Chaos boons, Hermes boons, and Daedalus are 100% fine. Doesn't really answer my question. Oh, no, wait. They just said Daedalus. Daedalus is 100% fine. Okay. All right. Cool. In which case, I can finally take the hammer. After actually researching it a little, it turns out that specifically the slots that need to stay empty are these three. As long as there's nothing in these, they're all fine. Oh. It's an extremely silly build. It is. Well, rush charge is faster. Dash special is faster. That one might be handy.
Thanks, Daedalus.
Yeah, that seems pretty handy.
More strongbows.
Thank you for just blundering into that. You know, it's actually really interesting trying to play around the Shackle. Ooh, another hammer. Let's go. Bull Rush fires a piercing shot. That's interesting. Let's risk it?
That's it.
That seems like it could be handy. Eeny, meeny, miny, you. Okay.
What shall we do here once you finally arrive? Perhaps we could go out and meet some mortals. I know all too many maidens and or noble gentlemen who'd absolutely love to get to know you.
Thank you, Aphrodite. Very considerate of you. Special, no. Max life up, maybe? Wave of despair. Let's go with Wave of Despair. No. I don't want to just make a call like that. Yeah, I do.
Love and loss.
That's going to be the butterfly ball. I'm calling it now. Why did I go in? I was right. Die. Die quickly. Please, please just die quickly. Okay, we got one enemy. Okay, butterfly ball down. Destroy that. Good. Okay, that was acceptable.
Farewell for now, sinister ball of butterflies. In the name of Hades.
Attack, no. Special, no. Take damage and completely chill your foe, yes. This one. Okay, now I'm starting to feel it. I am amazed I'm doing nearly this well. I really am. Yes.
I'll be leaving shortly. Something. Should be something useful here.
I need to play it safe with my health, though, so I'm not taking the Chaos Boon this time. I guess let's go to the shop. That's exactly what I thought was next. You.
I'll take it.
Yes.
I feel fabulous.
Alright, let's see how this impacts my ability to deal with these two.
Time for the main event.
And where do you think you're going, fiend? Thought you might scoot right past Asterius and myself without a fight.
Yes.
No, quite the contrary. I've been
I mean,
under the
no.
impression that avoiding conflict is an option here. So say your piece and let's get on with it.
You, hellspawn, shall not traverse that gate behind me whilst my compatriot and I equivalently live and breathe. Prepare for death.
Too many words, Theseus. far cry from the first time I fought him. How does she work again? Right, okay. She leaves a lot of really, really good blind spots for this. Dang! Look at me go. I've never had a run that clean. Or at least, not against those two.
For the mirror.
At least I don't feel like I have. Anyway.
I won again, Shade, thanks to your support.
I love that shade so much.
You wouldn't dare.
I would dare. Don't need that, don't need those.
Should I take the trade?
Oh, that's risky. 15 damage every half second. I'm gonna keep it. Normally I would try to go for a better call than that one, but I need to work with what I've got. There's a very real chance that if I sacrifice that now, I'm never gonna get a call again. At least not on this run. And I'd much prefer to play it safe.
I've reached the surface. That's quite a stash there, Charon.
I'm gonna risk it.
Pleasure doing business.
Dash more times in a row. That's what I wanted to see. Oh, second wind would also be really, really good, though. Yeah. I don't know that I've ever lost a run with greatest reflex, so I'm gonna... Seems handy to me. Let's get more health while we're at it. I just never stop moving anymore. Oh, that does some damage. Wow. Oh, I missed the pot. Oh, well. Zagreus wants to move and never stop moving now, huh?
Snake stones.
This is so cheesy. This shouldn't be working. I shouldn't be doing this. This is making me feel bad. Oh, I already got them. All right. Oh, well, there's my comeuppance. It's not dangerously cheesy, though, and that's kind of the issue. I'm playing it so safe it hurts when I do that. Oh, well.
Let's just go down this Sata hole.
That's true. Who gave me permission to make this build? This shouldn't be working nearly as well as it is. Who let me get away with this? I want names. Oh, wow. That arrow that I'm firing out of my bow actually does more damage, not bow, out of my shield than melee does. How about that?
The blasted giant boulder has come back.
Good lord.
Olympus, I accept this message.
Special note. Cast no. Bad influence is the only thing I can take here.
Back I go.
Good lord.
I'll take it. I'll just tuck that away. That's something.
So now the question is,
Coming right up.
do I go looking for this boon here? Do I buy these two down here? Or do I just move on because any of these could hypothetically force me to lose one of these? I'm gonna risk it.
At first I didn't know how to get through to that odd riverboatman Charon. Turns out he lusts for coin, and now I understand him well.
Special, no. There we go, different league, wanted that. Alright. You know, normally I like to take everything I can from here, but I think I'm all good to go.
Each violent countenance of Cerberus agrees the satyr sack must be destroyed.
See you, boy.
Mystery solved. The sack contains vermin.
Father, try and stop me.
Play it safe is a little bit funny, considering I'm using the shield. I can't help but play it safe. And yet, at the same time, I'm doing so much.
There's only one thing left to do. Isn't that so, Father?
Ah, but there you are, boy, finally. Despite my knowing you are always late for everything, here you've outdone yourself by quite some time.
Oh, shut up and get your fork. And burn away that regal cape and let's get to this then. I had no idea you had all these capes to spare. Must have a whole entire storage chamber full of them.
Your mockery of me may temporarily embolden you, but achieves nothing useful in the end. Darkness. Darkness.
Show yourself, Father.
Ah, okay.
Darkness. Why do you wish to die repeatedly like this? Darkness. Darkness. Darkness.
Okay, pretty good.
All right then, boy. You've stirred my anger suitably by now. We are not finished. Now, this.
Stuck.
You stepped into something, boy.
Oh, darn. Okay.
Then go. See what awaits you in this realm. You shall not.
There.
So that's what a shackle run feels like.
In the name of Hades.
You know what? Had to. That's real good. Clear time, not so much, but you know what? Proud of myself. So I guess I need to give another 30-second heads up, huh? 30 seconds for folks to clear out, dead silence, and then come back 5 minutes after you leave, just because that's probably how long it'll take me to finish up with spoiler stuff. Silence starts now. I think that was 30 seconds. I was keeping track of the timer via the recording, but wasn't paying it the best attention. Also, wow, Star, I can't believe you just spoiled the whole game like that. For shame.
Beyond the frozen overlook and all that.
Oh, hey, fishing. Okay. That was me just completely flubbing that. Oh well.
So much water. Uncle Poseidon's realm.
Sometimes you just completely screw up on trying to catch a fish.
You're back.
I am.
Hello, Mother.
Very, very quickly at that. Sorry, hold on just a moment. Okay, wanted to make sure there were no other fish in the area.
Son, I have to ask you, how much do you know about your relatives upon Olympus?
A little. I've been in contact with Athena, Zeus, and other members of the family ever since I first left Father's house. They've been assisting me in getting here.
No. Zagreus, what have you done? You've led them here?
No, they think I'm trying to escape from Father so that I can join them on their mountaintop. At least I think that's what they think. Most of them, anyway.
But then, does Hades know of this? That Olympus is involved?
He does. Both he and Nyx. In fact, it's Nyx who put me and Olympus into contact. I could never have broken free of the underworld if not for their help.
So Nyx and Hades are against each other then? And Olympus is helping you? But they don't know I'm here as far as you're aware.
That's right, more or less. Nyx and Father seem to put up with each other. Don't seem to have much of a choice. Though ever since I learned of you, Nyx has been helping me to find you, while Father's tried to stop me.
That fool. What was he thinking? What is he thinking? Do you suppose he thinks that he's protecting me from them? Oh no.
I think maybe he does think so indeed. Because now having met my relatives upon Olympus, I can definitely see that they can be a bit vindictive about things.
Vindictiveness runs in the family, my son. Then if Olympus is involved, that would explain a lot. I'm here, not there with them, as you can see. But, oh, it seems we'll have to speak some more when next you return.
When I return...
I feel so bad for Zagreus. I really do.
Well, this is going to be awkward.
Hard not to, you know? Hey.
Natural causes got you once again there, didn't they? Well, you Show him next time. Would you do that for me, huh?
Sure.
He's done it, Cerberus.
What?
I told you, boy. I told you. There's no escape from here. Learn that the hard way, then.
You could have told me more important things. Mother left because she never even knew I was alive, thanks to you. She's got a lot of questions herself, as you can probably imagine. I'm headed back to her. You going to cooperate?
Nonsense. Listen to me. If you have any sense remaining in that head of yours, I caution you not to discuss this here and now.
Let me go. Let me find her. She demands it.
No. I'll hear no demands from you.
We'll see. Hold up. I can't gift you anything, darn.
You took Lord Hades down. You really did. I've never seen him quite like this before. I could scarce believe it when he came up through the pool of sticks himself.
Seemed only fair in the grand scheme of things. He slew his own parents at some point, right? I think the Fates enjoy this sort of thing.
Come on, Zag. Take some credit where it's due. Though, you'll forgive me if I keep my distance for a little while, as I think you have some issues to resolve. You watch yourself.
I'm planning to. Hey, tell me something, sir. Any rumors swirling about the house regarding the outcome of a certain interaction I had with my father recently? Involving a great deal of violence? Because I'd like for everyone to know I won.
I wouldn't know of what you mean there, lad. For there are certain subjects so forbidden here right now that not even rumors can take hold. But just between us for the time, congratulations. Truly.
Thank you, sir. I didn't know whether I had it in me. As for the other bit, I'll keep it quiet then, for now. Probably shouldn't be tying my sense of self-worth to praise from friends, acquaintances, and strangers anyway.
Indeed, lad.
You've always been there for me, boy. I hope I haven't been inconveniencing you too much with all the visits to the temple lately, boy. Say, how do you get back? Charon giving you a lift?
Thus asks the prince his question of the guardian of the gates of hell, knowing full well the multi-headed monster keeps a wide berth of the river boatman. As to all with any sense.
Just kidding, boy.
I wonder how Cerberus does get back, then.
Where's our court musician?
You reached the surface.
Sorry, Nix. Just a moment.
Fish delivery for the head chef.
Hi.
Hi. For you.
Prince, I don't know what to say. Are you joking around with me, maybe?
Oh, I am deadly serious, Dusa. Honest. It's for you.
So, hi, Prince. So, is there anything I can get you? Or maybe tidy up some more? Or, I just thought maybe you'd like something to drink sometime?
Drink sometime sounds wonderful, Dusa. Maybe tomorrow, assuming I'm not getting out of here by then?
What? I mean, it's no big deal. I mean, forget I asked. Or anything. I'm sorry. Bye.
Dusa?
Oh, she's a treasure.
Here's what I caught lately. Seems fair enough.
What are you smiling about?
Anything good?
I think I'm good for now. Don't give me that.
Cerberus, featured house servant.
Right now, I wouldn't talk to me if I were you.
Fair enough.
Nix, my mother was quite concerned to learn Olympus has been aiding me. Haven't you put her in danger by involving them? Was there no other way?
No, there was not. She has been in danger all along. I concealed her, yes, even from me. But it is not enough. I do not think that you could have found her without the Olympians. And if I did not reveal your existence to them, if they discovered who you are, it would be worse.
Ugh, what a mess. How are we going to fix this?
The Olympians maintain belief that you are trying to reach them. I trust we can sustain this understanding for a long, long time. Perhaps not forever, but long enough to discover a solution. Perhaps with your birth mother's help.
I'll be careful.
Visit to the house contractor. Let's see here. I only have 30 gems. Oof. Well...
How about this, contractor?
Why not?
Let us hereby have better seating, on which I shall never rest. You mark my words.
And then there's this lot over here.
Hey, I know you.
Anything worth grabbing here? Not yet.
Get a load of them prizes over there.
What's all this?
Oh, yeah.
Stygius hungers. What in blazes? Stygius, you're revealing your past.
Hmm. Hmm. You know what?
My aspect of Stygius grows stronger.
Hey, what's going on back there?
That's a new
And
one.
while I'm at it, put that on.
Go with that one.
So the strangest thing happened while you were out, boyo. One of your weapon holder things back there, it picked up this eerie glow. Could see it from the corner of my eye.
Calm down, Skelly. I'm sure whatever it is perfectly normal for a legendary semi-sentient titan-slaying weapon from the dawn of time.
That's just it. Those weapons of yours, they have seen some real business, pal. You're giving them a real workout, so maybe they're starting to like you or something. Loosening up a bit, you know, like you and me.
That's an imaginative theory, mate.
Okay, I think we've got enough time for one more run. Yeah, why... Oh. I've already done it on one heat. You know what? Let's make sure I have to do it quick.
What's the worst that could happen?
In my domain, you either find your place or learn your place. There's work enough to go around, believe you me.
I'll find my place, alright.
Okay.
Time to tune out
Hammer
this
right off the
sword.
bat. Dash Nova. Double Nova. Ooh. I've not taken one of these before, so let's go for that.
Should work.
Yes, let's definitely go for that.
That's what you get.
Oh, darn. That doesn't usually happen. Very dramatic way of saying you're gonna do some fishing, huh?
Come on out.
Nice.
Let's get a scion.
Easy. Didn't even mean to do that.
The goddess Demeter.
None can endure an everlasting winter's chill, young Zagreus. Not even your father's lifeless servants there beneath the earth.
Attack is stronger and inflicts chill. Okay, I'm listening. Special is stronger and inflicts chill. Not listening quite as much. Let's go with that one.
Check the old well.
Nothing in there. Oh, I like it. I like it.
Dark first.
You.
Lads.
Oh, darn. Some sacrifices, I guess, have to be made if I'm going for a speed run of sorts.
So even Demeter's become involved in this. Didn't think she would, though you'll be glad she did. Provided you stay on her warm and fuzzy side, of course. Working on that myself.
Dash strike deals more damage. Call fires a seeking arrow. Yeah, you know what? I do a lot of dashing around. It only makes sense to boost the damage on that. Nothing there. Dang. Yeah. Risky. Risky, risky.
Darkness.
I am impressed that you were able to procure a specimen out from the flowing currents here in my domain, with nothing but a simple instrument. I shall look forward to your subsequent attempts.
Chaos likes fishing. Dash has decreased range. No. Attack deals 30. Yeah.
Never enough of these back at the house. The fountain chamber.
Yes.
There we go. Kieran's shop.
Looks like you are stuck for one hell of a night down there, man. I knew Kieran would hook you up with what you need.
Oh, that's a tricky choice. Let's go with that one. Okay.
Ready, sisters.
All of them?
My sisters and I, we've had a chance to talk, and we have come to an agreement, Zagreus. As you can see.
Megara, Tiss, you ready?
Murderer. 3 against 1. Doesn't seem all that sporting now, does it?
We're each well past the need for any sport. We'll kill you, whatever it takes. Your knees, now. Electro to Supreme now. Oh, waste of time.
Like, I can do this. I just forgot that it throws all 3 of them at you at once. That's all. I'm getting really, really reckless. Really, really reckless.
Not so fast.
A lot more reckless than I should have been, but that's world 1 down.
Where'd the others go? Stygius shuddered as I picked it up.
Oh, shoot, I missed a talkie point. Darn it.
Here's to a pleasant voyage of the asphodel.
Moving on. Nowhere to go but up. There.
The good news is when you're doing a speed run like this one, it adds the 9 minutes per floor to your remaining time. It doesn't just restart you back at 9 minutes. So technically I've got 12 minutes to do this. And it only applies one... Oh, really?
Is transformed.
Chaos, I appreciate you. I'm not doing it this time.
Come on then.
Nice. Need to go fast. Double boon would be neat, but we need to go fast.
victory after successive victory. Caught wind of your accomplishments down there. Well then, let's keep the streak alive.
Much obliged. What do we got? Move faster, foes... Okay, specials faster. Let's go with that one.
Let's go, let's go. Something I need.
You. It's gonna be the witches, isn't it? Nope, okay. Oh, it's just the barge. That's perfectly fine. I can handle the barge. Oh, darn it. Just one hit. I took exactly one hit in that room.
That underworld of yours places a real pit, isn't it, Zach? A shame you're stuck down there. But we are gonna get you out of there together, you and I.
Sure, sounds good. Special inflicts hangover, call inflicts hangover. That saved my run last time, or at least made my run. Yeah.
Something's off.
Ah, Thanatos. I don't need this right now.
You have the butterfly I gave to you. Stay back then, and it'll make you stronger once I'm finished here.
He's not technically wrong about that, but I can't help but get involved.
No doubt at all from me.
Oh wow, this is a real good room for this too. Even if I did end up taking a little bit of damage, there's so much to just kill here. All right. Same brain cell.
Got more of them than I did, huh?
Thank you. And this is for you.
What, really? Come on, what is this, Zagreus? You think handing this to me makes up for everything you've put us through?
It's just something I found out there that I thought you might like, Than. Don't think anything of it.
Still running from yourself, I see. How's that been working out for you thus far?
I'm searching for my mother. You still live at home with yours.
Oh!
Mother Nyx was like a mother to you too, and this is how you repay her. You should be ashamed of yourself and learn your place.
Where to?
Absolutely burned. Which, you know, that's appropriate. Zagreus is tightly linked to fire and all. Oh, this is a bad room for a no damage attempt. Is it? It could be. Yeah, now it is. Darn it. Just give them shields and it's all over for me. I mean, that would have got me anyway, so whatever.
Someone's going to enjoy this.
You know what? While I'm at it. That was not what I meant to buy, but okay. What is that even? Cast deals 50%. I really didn't want that. Oh well. Oh hey, free Poseidon boon. I guess that means the boss is coming up.
Word reaches us that you've come very far indeed, nephew. Striking distance from the surface. You just keep at it like that, and with our help, we'll have you out of there for sure.
Bloodshot, Ocean's Bounty, Sunken Treasure. Man, none of these are any good. Okay, Hydra.
I wouldn't mess with me if I were you.
Alright. Pretty slick.
Until you reconstitute again.
The Hydra filter again.
Next region. And check.
That's a lot of time to be bringing in here, but I'm gonna need it.
Let's slay some heroes then.
Darn it.
That's good.
Hammer. Nice.
Ah, yes.
Hoarding slash. That'd be handier if I had money. Attack becomes a big chop. No. That one. Special deals more damage and knocks foes away. God gauge charges up faster when I take damage. That might be handy. Cast damages foes in an area. But then again, the idea of this whole build is to not take damage in the first place, so maybe not. Let's go with that one.
Let's have a look here.
Yeah, keep that going. Seems like a lot of stuff in this place is gonna have armor. I rest my case.
Next up.
Ah.
I'll take them.
Orb. Nope, okay.
You must take pleasure in having to fight against me, Short One. I too have come to look forward to it, even if I end up falling to your strength.
Oh, I was going to say I'd much prefer we settle this more amicably, couldn't we? Perhaps I could interest you in a fine bottle of nectar. Ambrosia, even.
No, thank you. These battles are enough. Besides, you won that ambrosia from us, fair and square.
I like Asterius. What is this build? I really did. I accidentally built for, like, genuine speed killing. I don't think I've ever had an Asterius fight go by that quickly.
I accept this message.
Attack is stronger, 15% chance to crit. Ooh, 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 ooh. Yeah, okay.
Lady Dempter won't mind, will she? It's dark, all right.
These guys are really harshing my vibe. Not very considerate of them. Not very poggers, no. Oh, there's fish. Hold on, hold on.
I know you're out there, fish. That's a bite.
Oh,
It's a sea mare.
that looks cute.
Not good.
That was a hit. Oh, wow. Ouch.
No need to thank me, mate. Should help keep me going.
Ooh. Sure, why not?
Teamwork.
Boss time.
Mysterious. Theseus.
You are just in time, fiend from lowest depths. Asterius and I have trained extensively since our last skirmish here.
So all you do here in Elysium is train for martial competition. You're constantly awaiting your next fight to the death.
And who are you to judge, you misbegotten, shameful, unfilial maggot? It is an honor to have the opportunity to spend my afterlife perpetually standing in your ruinous bar.
I like your funny words, Magic Man.
Olympus, I invoke your aid.
Okay, Ares again. Yeah. That was slick.
That's one champion unseated.
Wait for it. Wait for it. Imperative. I'm not allowed to skip this even on a speed run.
We got them, my good Shane.
Such as it is. Oh.
Get that.
Hold on.
Feel cleaner already. Worth it. I can do this again. Courtesy of the pact.
Okay, we're a little bit over time, but I'm okay with that. I want to finish this run. This is pretty darn quick.
Satyr tunnels.
You first. Important thing to note for those unfamiliar with how the butterfly works, I don't have to worry about taking damage in these initial rooms. I only have to worry about the last room in any given tunnel.
Lucky find. Welcome.
Oh, darn.
You found me, Artemis. Nice.
Cast seeks foes. Critical foes. God gauge charges up faster. That one. Handy for groups. Maybe not so great for single bosses. Fish. Fish hype.
I got one.
And it's a scuffer.
It's a scuffer, all right.
You didn't give me enough hype, guys. Can't believe you'd betray me like this. How could you? Oh, hey.
Found it fast this time. Olympus, I accept this message.
Strong drink. I mean, that'd be a little bit handy because we're about to get a strong drink here. Actually, that seems like it'd be about the only thing that'd be useful. Well, God. This one, I guess.
Much better.
Alright, let me take a quick look here. No. Yes.
I'm short of coin.
You know, one thing I'll say for Charon there, he doesn't talk too much. And since neither do you, I'm letting you have this.
True shot. God gauge. Critical. Ooh. No, that's against armor. May as well. I'm going up against a few armored enemies next anyway, so why not?
The prince persuades the underworld's ferocious guardian to move aside.
Cerberus vanished. Where did he go? Okay, end boss time. Let's see if we can finish this one off on a positive note.
Father.
I say that as though there have been any real negative notes. I'm 2 for 2 so far.
Olympus has been aiding you. You must be so grateful to them for their aid, without which none of this would have been possible.
Yeah, about that. Father, did you let Mother go because you feared Olympus would find out? And not respond well to the circumstances if they did?
Be grateful they have not found out as yet for all your meddling. You do not know them as well as you think. Ask yourself why she left Olympus and how. Or better yet, ask her.
Well, she seems quite lovely, so knowing you probably tricked her into signing a pact to come join you or something. Since you weren't allowed on Olympus, why not have Olympus come to you?
Ha! Surprisingly not distant from the truth. I took her, boy. I took her down with me. Is that what you wish to hear? Does that anger you?
Every word out of your mouth angers me.
Bring forth that anger, then.
Let's go. Always with this.
Darkness. Now.
Not this.
Darkness. Deathless Regis, I compel you to fight. Darkness.
Just the one chariot? Is that all you could afford anymore, dude? Alright, I'm playing a little bit too recklessly here, huh? I mean, I'd say there's such a thing as too reckless. I am making good time, though.
Let's see you deal with this.
Oh, there's very definitely such a thing as too reckless, and I think I'm at it.
I'm empty. You should have avoided that. No more.
Yeah, this is definitely a lot closer than I'd like to be. Oh, hey, there we go anyway. Got him anyway.
Ah, blast. I knew of all my kin would be the one to do this to me. Ungrateful.
Quick as a flash that time.
26-13 for a clear time. Not bad, not bad.
My weapons can grow even stronger now.
Very good run. Okay, so since this is basically the end of the stream and the next thing we're coming up on is spoilers, I'm going to go ahead and give the outro now for anyone that doesn't want to stay tuned in for, you know, whatever happens next. Thank you all very much for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of the next few days. Next stream is going to be on the 20th. That's this coming Sunday. It's going to be early. It's going to be another early one. I do weekend ones early now. That's Saturdays and Sundays. So early. It's going to be noon Pacific instead of the usual 2. So 2 hours ahead of schedule. Going to be more Mega Man Battle Network with Colt / Littlest Artemis. As for my usual parting gifts, I believe I'm supposed to drop the archive link. I really need to get this stuff bundled together at some point. I have archives that I regularly upload streams to here. I have a Discord that you can keep updated on when I'm going live. This link's only valid for 1 day, but here. I think that's about it. Usually I like to have like an outro that says consider subscribing for etc. for the CogChamp emote, but not really feeling big on that this time around. Just thank you all for tuning in. Hope to see you this coming Sunday at noon Pacific. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the next few days. And 30 seconds of silence starting now. For all intents and purposes, yes, Roxy, this is the end. I did my outro preemptively so that folks that I'm still perfectly audible. I don't know what I'm doing. This is technically still the 30 seconds of silence. If you want to tune out and avoid spoilers, you have 10 seconds left. I figure since this is the end of the stream, pretty much. 3, 2, 1. Okay. For the rest of you that are still here, I'm not doing the outro a second time, but thank you for tuning in again, and enjoy the ending, I suppose.
Mother isn't far.
Oh, it's you.
Sorry, hold on just a second. Just a second. Need to make sure there are no fish in the area.
I could not stand it on Olympus, Zagreus. The blustering, the posturing, my overbearing mother. None of it. I would have left the mountain voluntarily, except
Father absconded with you, didn't he? Dragged you down with him into the underworld. So if Olympus were to find that out, I shudder to think of the consequences.
that fool is trying to protect me even now. It wasn't he who absconded with me, my son. And it's more complicated even than that. I was content to leave, willing to make my life within the underworld, with your father.
I dare not ask who did bring you to Father then. So essentially you ran away from home to live with him. I mean no disrespect, but did you realize what you were getting yourself into?
We have a tendency to be impetuous when we are younger, Zagreus. I heard all about your father before we met. Admired paintings of him. It was very awkward at first, but he had a bluntness I fancied. A sense of principle. I much preferred him to his brothers, I can tell you that.
So, then you secretly left Mount Olympus to be with the god of the dead in the underworld, and Olympus never found out. what do you suppose would happen if they did?
I think there would be war between Olympus and your father, Zagreus, if they found out. Especially now, after all this. And after all this time. They slew their parents once. If the Titans could be wiped from this world, so can we all.
So it makes sense. If Father, he agrees with you and thinks that leaving you in hiding here, that it's the only way he can prevent that war.
I can see how your father, shrewd but also single-minded as he was, might have followed such a line of reasoning as that. Oh, Zagreus. What have I done?
No. What have I done?
What has everyone done except the one guy who's the biggest problem in this, like, whole story? Right?
I need to fix this.
Whatever. Alright, I'm not going to talk to anyone this time. I think I'm just going to save here. And we'll get around to talking to folks next time around, I suppose. But yeah, once again, just real quick, next stream is going to be this coming Sunday, and it's going to be earlier than usual. That's noon Pacific. I really need to get my act together when it comes to outros. But yeah, noon Pacific, this coming Sunday, the 20th. Going to be streaming Mega Man Battle Network 1, the DS quasi-remake with Colt. So look forward to that. Catch y'all then. Or hope to, anyway. And yeah, thanks for tuning in.